When it was time to get it lit, we got it hot like fever. I'm sick with the talk, pass to your receiver. All about
Coach, thanks. CA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to the Inner Harbor and M&T Bank Stadium here in Baltimore, Maryland. The two teams emerging from their respective tunnels a minute ago to the approval of this Baltimore crowd. They're all set as their Ravens will match up with the Cleveland Browns. It's 3-0 versus 2-1, a good early season battle as we're underway in Week 4. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And the decision to bring it out will cost him about 5 yards as he'll get this only back to the 20. Not the start that he was looking for, as he's going to be met and dropped behind the line. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be second down.
I like the idea to mix it up from time to time because, let's face it, you can't be predictable. But the execution was a little lacking on this one, right? They might want to go back to the drawing board with that call.
So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12. Here's Jackson to throw. Out to his left. Myles Garrett in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year.
2 plays so far, a run and a pass attempt, and both have gone backwards.
Probably not how they drew that up.
Not at all.
Looking for a better play coming up on 3rd. Here's Jackson on 3rd and long. And he is not going to get away. The rush was too strong, and this is going to wind up a safety. Well, we thought these two defenses, they might come to play. One has already come to play here, a safety for the opening points of the game.
Brandon, let's file this play away because if it turns out to be a tight game, who knows? This could wind up being the difference.
Mayfield going to lead the Browns up now, 1st and 10 at their own 22. A first carry now for Kareem Hunt. Oh, he's got a little daylight. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. Heck of a start, a 30-yard pickup on their first play from scrimmage. One thing that's great about watching him run, Charles, he doesn't hesitate. He got to the left side of his O-line and just went.
So there's 2 ways to look at that. One, just absolutely unconcerned, just takes off and goes. But more the latter, I think, which is he has absolute confidence in the guys in front of him, the guys doing the blocking for him. He just takes it and goes with abandon.
Meanwhile, they take a shot to start the drive, but this is going to wind up incomplete.
Well, that certainly looked like something that they discussed all week in practice getting ready for this one. Take the big shot right out of the gate. At worst, you'll open up the defense a little bit, loosen them up, and have them back on their heels.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. Mayfield to throw it. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up second down.
You get a tight end like this, and you know he's used to dishing out punishment, but here, he's the one that has to absorb the contact, and as a result, unable to hold on to the football.
So now 3rd and 10, a big play to start the drive, but nothing since. Here's Mayfield. To the right side, and he's got Landry complete.
Did you see that route the way that I did? I thought he was trying to get deep.
Yeah, that wasn't the first option.
No, it came off of that guy, the deep guy, and came underneath on the drag. Completed it very well.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. Mayfield with it once more. And the Raven pressure too much. Down he goes. Patrick Owasor charging hard from that linebacker spot, and he drops him for a loss of 11. Well, they're in some hot water now. After that sack, it's 2nd and 21. Mayfield now. He's got the hook up to Odell Beckham. And they'll be inside the 25 now at the 24. A nice pickup there, 19 yards. And they're set up better for 3rd.
One thing we do know, he's going to get his catches. So as they move forward defensively, got to continue to focus on not giving up the big play when he does catch the ball in the secondary.
Ready? Tight end to the hurry!
Mayfield on 3rd and 2. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off here by Jimmy Smith. And he returns it here to his own 18-yard line. Landry, the intended target. No doubt a very disappointing end to what was a pretty strong opening drive.
They had 3 points in their back pocket. It was there for them. If you don't like what you see, just throw it away. Make sure you get those points on the board. Don't get too greedy. He forced it there. You saw the end result.
A run there on 1st down and a pretty good one at 5 yards, so make it 2nd and 5. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on 1st down. After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5. They run from the pistol with Ingram. And he's able to get out to the 32, brought down there. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a 1st down. Baltimore was the most run-heavy team in the league last year after Lamar Jackson took over as a starter. And you think about Mark Ingram. He goes from a situation where he was sharing time with Kamara in New Orleans. Now he figures to be the top guy in the Baltimore backfield, although I guess you could say he's kind of splitting time with his quarterback, Lamar Jackson. But a great veteran presence Mark Ingram is behind Jackson. Ingram now in his 9th NFL season. 5 yards is the tally on 1st down. That brings up 2nd and 5. The 1st down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5. They'll fake the give to Ingram. Now Jackson rolling to his right. That's caught by the former Sooner, Mark Andrews. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a 1st down.
Defensively here, you're facing a top 5 team in terms of points scored in the NFL. So when they're that high-powered, you've got to find a way to hold them under 20, because to me, that's the magic number. 20 points scored, you give yourself your best chance to win.
So if they're up around 24, 28, 30, they could be in some trouble.
And I think so, because then you turn it into a shootout, and that means your offense has to keep pace. I know the scouting report on him is that he doesn't possess the eye discipline to be an elite linebacker, and what that means is his ability to read, react, and make a play. But on that one, he looked like one of those guys.
So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10.
All right, here we go. Let's go, D. Let's go. Hey, let's get there. Kill. Check that.
They run. It's Mark Ingram. It's a gain of about 3, but it's going to leave them with 3rd and still 7 yards to go.
Some of the most unselfish players on any football team, defensive tackles, because we ask them to just eat up blocks and allow other people to make tackles. But when he can make a play himself, as we just saw there, that's a big day.
On 3rd down, Jackson. And the Browns' pressure gets to him that time, and he's going to go down. Myles Garrett, he's the one to get him, and that is sack number 7 for him on the year. So on 4th down, here's Sam Cook to punt it away. Back deep, Jarvis Landry. Only 2 punts for him last week in the loss as he gets this one away. That's fielded at the 8-yard line. A good return there. Call it 13 yards. And the Browns will take over 1st and 10. The Browns drive about to get started. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the inning, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part 2, right? Because once they do the interception and finish off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8.
Watch the screen. Hey, switch gears. I got you.
Mayfield looks to throw. And this is going to wind up incomplete. The coverage there too strong on the deep ball, and now they face a 3rd down.
But one thing's for sure, when you get a big receiver and you trust him downfield, you're going to give him opportunities to go up and get that 50-50 ball.
And he is a darn good big receiver. Unfortunately, that time didn't work out. Nice job defensively. So the failure to connect on 2nd down, that leaves them staring up here at a 3rd and 8. Pressure comes, and down goes Baker Mayfield. Marching in for the sack, Matthew Judon. The Browns send out their punter now. We are in for a good one as we're through one on EA Sports. The start of the 2nd quarter, and it's the Browns in control of the football. They are, however, facing a 4th down situation. They only punted twice in the win last week as he gets this one away. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. They've shown very little offensively to this point. Well, neither team has, really. They come up here now, 1st down. Man open left side is Brown. And some space here. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. Great way to start the drive. 20 big ones and a 1st down.
Watch out, watch out, watch out, watch out. Put up.
He's got a 1st down and more inside the 30. And he'll be taken down at the 26. Another good gain. That's now 35 yards combined on those last 2 plays.
Baltimore, 1st down. 1st and 10 at the 26-yard line.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10.
You remember me? Let's go.
This time Jackson will throw it. Over the middle here to Brown. And he'll go down right on the edge of the red zone following a pickup of about 7 or 8. Able to get 7 on that 1st down pass play. 2nd and 3. Jackson now off the bootleg. Sliding out of the pocket. And he'll go out of bounds in the red zone just inside the 20.
That was an excellent job of recognizing the situation. His first read wasn't there. Heck, his second read wasn't there. But he bought himself a little extra time scrambling out of the pocket, got to the sticks, and picked up the 1st down.
Now a play fake here on 1st down. Looking left side, Andrews with it complete. And he'll get it here to the 10-yard line. A gain of 6 there on 1st. 6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4. Now it's Ingram. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. It'll go as a loss of a yard, and it'll set up 3rd down. Jackson now. And he he's taken down. This will be a Brown sack. Credit the sack to the always disruptive Olivier Vernon.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
Tucker's kick is good. Tucker named the league's all-pro kicker for the third time in 2018.
Go ahead and admit it. The only time that you get excited about Justin Tucker kicking is when he actually misses.
It's
and
rare.
excited is not the right word. Surprise is more what we're talking about. 90.1% coming into 2019. He's incredible.
And the decision to bring it out is going to cost him about 7 yards all told as he's taken down back shy of the 20. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. And it's been a rocky start for them thus far. They had the turnover and then the punt on those first two drives.
So there is optimism.
And now this is intercepted. My goodness. Picked off by Marlon Humphrey. And the return here will go to the 31-yard line.
Well, the timing is everything on a route like this. He tried to drive that football into a tight spot. And if you're a little early or a little late, chances are there's going to be someone there. And sure enough, this one's going the other way.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. To throw is Jackson. He's just going to dump this one off to his fullback out of the backfield. It's a gain of 7, and that'll bring up 2nd down.
Now, that's often a surprise for the defensive guys when they see the big fella slide out of the backfield and catch the ball. Not something they usually go over in practice very often.
Running right, this is Ingram. And he's going to lose yardage and be backed up to the 25. That'll be a loss of a yard, and it leads to a 3rd down. That makes 3rd down a lot more interesting.
It certainly does. How about the example of situational football there and his ability to think the play through? 2nd and short, not anticipating a passing play, sold out and made a great tackle, which brings up 3rd down.
And boy, he is very close to a 1st down, but from where they're spotting that football, he's going to be a foot or so short. Call it a 4-yard pickup, but it leaves him a few inches short here on 4th down. Jackson's going to try the sneak.
But when you do call quarterback sneak, you don't mind if your quarterback's a little bit on the vertically challenged side, do you? Because he's just going to hide behind his big guys up front and be able to surge forward and pick up the 1st down.
Here we go, D. All day, D.
2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. And we'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL. They go play action here on 1st down. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2. Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards. Ingram. And he's able to work it here to the 8-yard line.
But we always talk about good down and distance, allowing offenses to expand their playbook. Well, 2nd and 2, that means your playbook's wide open. You can run just about anything. But a lot of times, the play caller, he just looks down at his sheet, sees the short yardage runs, and goes to one of those.
Buying time to his left. And he's brought down right at the 5-yard line. Give him 2 on the play.
Nice job there defensively. A great time to dial up a blitz.
And give him credit under center instead of throwing it away. Actually, a pretty good job of getting past the line of scrimmage, not losing yardage. Dancing to his left. And it's 6 points for the Baltimore Ravens.
And that lead is now 7 with a chance to go to 8 or more if they want to get crazy here, which we don't expect. But I just know the way the game's being played with the analytics, there's going to be a lot more of going for 2 in a lot of situations, isn't there?
Yeah, there's going to be. And I think their focus here, they don't want to give up anything going into the lockers on the other, and just a little bit of time left on the clock.
Yeah, they don't want to do anything to erase the good feeling they have right now by getting this late score in the half.
That'll be taken in the end zone. And a pretty slick return there as he's up just shy of the 45-yard line.
At some point, we're going to get it through our heads. Special teams, special teams, special teams. The spark that often wins games.
The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. They've shown precious little here offensively thus far as they try again with a first down now. Eluding the pressure right. That's complete to Taywan Taylor. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. This drive starting off on the right foot, 18 yards. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Mayfield off the play fake. He'll buy some time right. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. He'll get 10 there all on his own, but it'll be second down.
I think we have to give credit to him for buying time and extending the play. But, you know, there's some really upset defenders on that one. They thought that they had him. Instead, he was coated in Teflon and got away.
Throwing again on second down. Mayfield. And that is incomplete. 16 seconds now on the clock.
This defense has been very disruptive early on as they force another one to go awry.
Seems to be the front and the back end. Pass rush, they've been able to get home, and they're taking the ball away in coverage as well.
I love how you put it together. The front and back working in sync, only way to play good defense.
And inside the 20 before he's brought down. Now a timeout signaled for, and they'll get it with 10 seconds to go before halftime. Now after the run by Hunt, here's 1st and 10. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. And he's got his man on the crossing route. That's Landry. And with just 4 seconds left in this first half, a timeout call. So with 4 seconds to go in the half, here's the field goal unit onto the field. Seibert's kick is good. So, yes, they'll still be down going into intermission, but the deficit is now made even smaller, very manageable.
Yeah, and if nothing haywire happens here in his last couple of precious seconds, they will go into the locker room with a nice bounce in their step, having gotten a little bit closer on the scoreboard.
Short kick. One of the up middle take it now. And they're going to have really good starting field position here as that's taken up close to the 40. So we've come to halftime in a 5-point game. As we'll send you down to Orlando, and we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, the Ravens ready to receive it, and they've got the lead as well as we resume play in the second half.
Come on, fellas.
The Browns drive about to get started. They're down here, but very much in this game. What's the tonality of a coach's talk when a game is within striking distance like this at intermission?
Typically, what they're doing is emphasizing the things that went well in the first half and wanting more of that. Sure, you've got to go over some of the errors and clean up some things because there's a reason you're down. But overall, I think they want to stay positive, stay up with this team. We're just starting the second half, and we've got the football. Let's go ahead and punch it in, and then we'll take it from there.
See how that recipe works. Back to the ground. This time it's Chubb. He finds an opening past the 40, and he takes it all the way up to the 47. That one good for a first down pickup of 18 yards.
A good run there off right tackle in an old school NFL football. The right side of the offensive line, often known as the nasty side. The left side, usually the technical side. Kind of reminds me of the old Atlanta Falcons 2009, 2010. That's how they constructed their offensive line.
Check nickel.
And he'll fight his way forward to about the 48-yard line. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
They try to throw on 2nd down, but this one is incomplete. He was looking for Odell Beckham that time, and it's 3rd down.
We've seen these defenses make enough opportunistic plays to keep this one low scoring. Flying around, making plays on the ball, and we see yet another errant throw as a result.
After an incomplete pass on 2nd down, that'll leave him trying to convert on 3rd and 9. Mayfield. He finds Beckham complete. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. 12 yards there as they keep this drive rolling. It's another 1st down. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. On 1st down, they'll run with Hunt. And he'll be brought down, losing yardage back at the 40. It's a loss of a yard there, and it's 2nd down.
Yeah, that was a safety that came through and made the play. But there's no doubt in my mind, he hits like a linebacker. And we see a lot of that in today's NFL, don't we?
And that time, we do indeed. A big hit for a loss. They go with Chubb on 2nd down. And he'll get 4 here down to the 35-yard line.
On a 2nd and long, it's really nice to see an offense that has enough confidence to run the football in that situation. I think that goes back to their practice and game planning. They've seen things that they've seen on tape and in previous games that led them to believe that even in a long-distance situation.
And this is taken in at the 5. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. Back in the 1st quarter, you said it. They need to avoid the big play, but he just got a big one right there.
You can't relax. You know, we talked about in the 1st quarter, but as the game progresses, still opportunities, and he took advantage of one there.
They'll run with Chubb. And the hole closes quickly here. He can fight only to about the 4. Only a yard that time, 2nd and goal. Be interesting to see now what they do offensively down near the goal line after not much there that time.
As the offensive play caller, that may change your sequence now. Instead of coming right back with a running play, you may have to go to the air.
2nd and goal from inside the 5.
Let's go. Let's get this ball back for the offense. Let's go. Check 3. Check 3.
They'll run with Hunt on 2nd down. And he'll get blown up behind the line of scrimmage. Back at the 6. He lost 2 there, and it's 3rd down. Defensively, I think they can smell a stop. Ball right around the 5 here, brings up 3rd.
And I think what they've done is they put doubt in the minds of the offensive guys. What do we do? Because now you don't have a go-to play. Either side they pick, throwing it, running it, it won't be easy.
Meanwhile, on 3rd down, they take a shot at the end zone, but it's incomplete. Another good drive, Charles, but it looks like another that might end in a field goal try.
They've made some nice plays. They've given themselves opportunities, but as you noted, another field goal attempt coming up. And that's not how they want to end drives. They've got to figure out what's the final touch that they need to push it across the goal line.
Yeah, still yet to find the end zone. A dozen plays on that drive that ends with the field goal.
Let's go ahead and break out some of the old chestnuts here, right, partner? Keep the ball in front, rally to it, and make the tackle. Right? No big plays given up, no balls over your head. Bend, don't break.
Hold on. Chestnuts?
You like
Come
that
on,
one?
what does that mean, break out? Just because you break chestnuts?
I'm not sure about that part. I'm just going with why they said that. I have no idea.
The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. Their defense has done the job. Now it's the offense's turn as they've got it 1st and 10. They'll roll him out right. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. Turns out to be a great idea to tuck that one. Good for 24 yards. Well, everyone in this stadium knows Jackson can do that as well as any QB in the league. They talked about limiting some of his running this year, especially the design runs, but he's still going to scramble when he feels he has green in front of him. He led all quarterbacks last year, 695 yards rushing. And keep in mind, 80% of those came in the 7-game stretch when he was named starter late in the season. The last run got 6, now 2nd and 4. Ingram again. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. He'll wind up losing 3. And now it's 3rd down.
I think it's pretty evident. We can say what a difference a week makes. Last week, he ran pretty much wild, didn't he? Did pretty much what he wanted to do. But this one, they've stopped him cold. That, to me, that's good scouting and even better execution.
Yeah, and they stopped him behind the line right there. They obviously watched the tape a few times and made some adjustments. It's brought in here by Willie Snead. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. First time they've looked his way in this game. He comes through picking up the first.
1st and 10 at the 36-yard line.
Jackson and the offense come up 1st and 10. And he's 8 for 8 now, throwing the ball to start the game. Caught right side at Snead. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. Back-to-back nice gains. That one for 14 yards and another first.
I like watching the wide receiver screen because it's a real teamwork play. Because guess what? The guy catching the ball, he'll get all the credit. But how about the people up to block in front of him, either fellow receivers or offensive linemen? That makes that play a really nice timing play, and sometimes it can break big.
Watch safety creep. Watch safety creeping. Safety's creeping. Check 3.
Back to the running game. It's Ingram. Trying to find a lane, but instead he'll get back to the line of scrimmage and no more. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and 10 at the 22-yard line.
Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again 2nd and 10. They go play action with Jackson. And he's going to be taken down back around the 35-yard line. Myles Garrett make that now 8 sacks for him on the season.
Well, nothing takes a start to have a good drive. Quite like a big loss on a sack, does it?
No, now they're looking at a 3rd and long, and suddenly the momentum shifted to the other side of the football.
And old Mo is a very, very fickle man.
So they'll get a little extra time to come up with his 3rd down play as we played 3 quarters. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Now after that sack, it's 3rd and long for Jackson and the Ravens. Now it's Jackson. And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Picked up by Terrence Mitchell. There he goes, right side. And he'll score. Touchdown, Browns.
Coaches always tell their players someone's got to make a big play, but what they mean is a game-altering play, a game-changing play, a turnover force, and we just got that. I mean, how about that play, Brandon?
Yeah, a pick 6, 4th quarter, that is a game changer.
Someone read their keys, and someone had the courage to go after the ball right then and there.
And it gives them the lead. So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. This is taken about 7 yards deep. Defensively, you said coming in earlier in the broadcast, the magic number was 20 points for you. That's what you thought they would have to hold this offense to, or less than that. And, wow, they've done that in a big way, haven't they?
And not only have they done it, they put themselves in a great position to win this one because holding them down was paramount. If they could get it done, well, guess what? We see the end result. Right now, they have their eye on victory.
And leading here in the 4th. They'll run with Ingram here to begin the drive. And he will lose yardage and be backed up to the 24. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down. Seems pretty obvious defensively a key was stopping the run game. How have they done it so successfully?
To me, it seems that these guys really did a nice job of paying attention during the scouting report meeting. And you know, Brandon, when they do those, they talk about the top plays that these guys like to run. The best runs for the top running back.
Trying for Brown, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 28. And he takes this one back into the end zone, and the Browns defense has a touchdown. Short throw, pick six right there. Those linebackers, they love when those short throws come and those eyes get real wide, don't they?
How about the anticipation on the play? Reading, reacting, and then the ability to catch the football and take it in the opposite direction.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six. And now the kick is away.
Should have thrown the R1
This
read.
is taken about 7 yards deep. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. Now, they've sort of lost their way, partner. How do they recalibrate and get this proverbial train back on track?
Well, this is where leadership really comes into play. How's the head coach handling it? The offensive coordinator? Sometimes they just make a joke. All right, guys, had your fun? All right.
Throw it out the window.
Yeah, let's get back on track here. And sometimes that'll work just fine.
I guess it's time now to lean on that leadership.
That's good for a Baltimore first down.
So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10. From the gun, it's a run for Ingram. Yeah, boy, this defense again really making things tough on him as they stop him for no gain. And the trend continues here in the 4th like it was in the 1st, 2nd, and 3rd. He's had nowhere to run.
And you're probably thinking to yourself, why do they keep feeding him the football? Well, they trust him first and foremost. They do believe that over time he might actually pop one of these runs. But bottom line is he takes care of the ball well for them, so they'll keep handing it to him.
Play action. It's Jackson. Flush to his right. And he works it past the 30, almost to the 25. And they're going to have another first down as he's going to be tackled at the Browns' 26.
Containing him is becoming a big problem. We've already seen this once earlier on this drive.
Yeah, and so now 2 times this has happened. Do you adjust something?
Yeah, I think you do. I think you got to start thinking about your rush lanes. Try not to either get too wide or too narrow. Make sure someone is there waiting for him to take off.
Now a nice play defensively on first down as this is knocked away and incomplete. Once again, they'll come up on the 26-yard line, 2nd and 10. To throw again, Jackson. And the Browns pressure gets to him that time, and he's going to go down. Olivier Vernon able to get in there for his 2nd sack of the afternoon. Now after that sack, it's 3rd and long for Jackson and the Ravens. Here's Jackson on 3rd and long. And that'll wind up incomplete. Bold play call there. Now it's 4th down.
This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead, 4th quarter. Maybe can expect more passes like that downfield. All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on 4th down. They're going for it. They'll try and throw for it with Jackson. Escaping the pressure right. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. The Ravens go for it but come up empty. And this Browns defense stands tall. So they really needed points here in a 2-score game. Could not come away with anything there on 4th.
And while we know they're a little bit discouraged here, they can't check out of this game. You and I have called a good number of games over the course of our career where we've seen these types of situations. Teams get the ball back, and that miracle does occur. So they can't let that dream go just yet. They have to get stout on defense here.
Yeah, right now really hoping for a turnover. And now it's 1st and 10. A big mistake, especially when you factor in the personal foul yardage. Working out of the gun, Mayfield. That's to the right side and complete to Njoku. Great footwork, but still wrangled down before reaching the 20.
It's a pickup of 6.
Another nice pickup through the air, and I think a lot of people might expect them to run the ball in this situation, Brandon, but with this lead, they're electing to throw the football. Swings, slants, quick outs, things that they consider safe.
6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4. And an alley to run. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Cleveland. Odell Beckham, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Browns are going to tack on to their advantage.
This is similar to baseball where you walk the leadoff hitter and you don't expect him to come around and score. Almost impossible. Anytime a defense has to defend a short field, you usually end up seeing the result we saw, giving up points.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And no thought to bring this one out. He'll just go down to a knee, and they'll take over at the 25. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. And last time out, went for it on 4th down, turned it over, gave them great field position, turned it 6 points, so they've got to recover here, Charles.
It's amazing what one decision can do in the chain of events, right? The decision to go for it on 4th down.
Caused all of that.
It caused every bit of it, but it showed confidence. Hey, I've got confidence in you guys. Go pick it up for them. Didn't happen. Also showed confidence in the defense. They didn't pick up their end of the bargain, so now they've got to come back out and start over and rebuild that confidence.
15 yards on the play, 1st down. And just a small glimpse there as to why they like this rookie so much.
And that's why they lit up a little bit in our meetings with the coaching staff.
Yeah, when we talked about him, they did.
Yeah, they like his work ethic. You know, this guy's running every route well in the route tree and getting better at it all the time, really honing his game. They expect a pretty good jump out of him as things continue to move on.
Throwing on 2nd and 8. Jackson. And he's taken down. This will be a Brown sack. Myles Garrett in there to get him. And on the season now, that is 9 sacks for him.
I remember throughout my career here in defensive coaches always say, guys, you've got to earn the right to rush the passer. Well, they put themselves in a great spot with this big lead, and they know they've got to throw the ball.
These pass rushers have to be salivating. It is pin your ears back time indeed. Now it's Jackson. Got his man complete over the middle. It's Andrews. And, he's going to be brought down by the face mask. Here come the flags. This is going to get him a 1st down.
Let's go.
Maybe a critical mistake at this juncture is now they've got a 1st and 10. From midfield now, here's Jackson. Under pressure here, and down he goes. Sacked back at about the 43-yard line. Myles Garrett in there to take him down on what will take us to the 2-minute warning. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So it's Raven football here as we welcome you back. They're looking at 2nd down now as they search for a consolation score. Pass from Jackson complete to Ingram. Call it a 3-yard gain, and that'll make it 3rd and 13. You got the big lead defensively. Willing to give them that underneath stuff, right?
And this is why you work on your tackling. Tackle them after the catch, inbounds, keep the clock running. Just go ahead and bleed the game out that way.
And they'll get this across midfield, but not nearly close to a 1st down as he stopped at the 48. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They're tackling them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter, let's see how this plays out. That'll be taken in there by Miles Boykin. And he gets it inside the 35 and just shy of the 30. No reason not to try it there, and they do indeed convert on 4th. Now Jackson. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Ingram. It'll be a gain of 6, and that'll make it a 2nd down. 6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4. He's got his man. It's Andrews. And this won't be enough to pick up the first. A gain of 2, 3rd and 1. They had the catch on second down, but it didn't help at all, and now they're looking at third down here. So Cleveland able to come away with the victory here, and they were buoyed, Charles, by a big second half that put this one on ice.
So you get the sense that whatever was said at halftime obviously hit home. I think it's a little bit more than that, though. Obviously, there are words that are said, and, hey, come on, guys, we have to play better. But sometimes it's just sharpening your execution, sharpening your focus, and maybe doing the things you practiced all week without major adjustments, just doing them better. And that got it done in this one.
So for the Browns, hey, they finish a perfect month of September as they move to 4-0 on the new campaign. And they'll get another road test next.